everyone, hey, and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume. This is a event preview, for a very special, very interesting event, and I'm joined by two great guests to help preview it. Two people who are, live on other sides of the world, but are joining for this one beautiful union. That sounds weird, but I mean battle event, and we have Kinell and Breakneck from KOTR and No Coast, and there's a KOTR No Coast event. But before we get into the event itself, I just want to say, please subscribe to the show if you're listening on YouTube, if you're listening on podcasts, iTunes, Acast, whatever, Downcast, any one of those providers, Stitcher, all those. I'm sure there's millions more that I'm missing out. Thank you. Please subscribe. Please go into the archive. There's, I think there's been like 40 kind of videos, kind of previews and stuff and recaps, and just check out old episodes, because there's a lot of good stuff out there, and I appreciate a lot of people who've been joining the show recently. Thank you for that if you're a new listener. But yeah, go back, check out some people you might have forgot, some people you might enjoy. But if you want to get in touch as well, battleresume@gmail.com, all the thing, Facebook, Twitter, anything you can imagine, Battle Resume, put it on the end with a / and you'll probably find something there. This is a KOTR, No Coast. This is an incredible event, and firstly I just want to welcome good friend of the show, Kinell. Welcome back, man.
You alright there? How are we?
I'm very good, man, and I'm very happy because obviously you've been on the show. I'm a big fan of yours, and it's great to see you doing an international event, bro. That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm amazed I'm a part of it, to be honest. I was on an international event flipping Thursday, but that didn't happen.
What happened?
What you call it? Rap Slam battles over in Denmark. Wanted to get a few KOTR battles over, and they did something previously on the Caddy Ron tour. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
And it didn't quite pan out as planned this time. Basically, we turned up, but it was down to like Bowski, me, and Stowaway. We turned up in the country, and they cancelled the event after we arrived.
Oh no!
So I've just had a fucking romantic getaway with fucking Bowski and Stowaway.
There's worse things to happen, I guess. That's a funny trio of battlers as well. The hijinks, I imagine, were numerous.
Yeah. Not really podcast worthy, but sure. You get the picture.
Sure. But we'll get into your battle, because obviously that's very exciting that you're going to be over there as well. But also joined by someone Minneapolis based, No Coast, affiliate, battler, hip hop artist, Breakneck. Welcome, man. Good to have you on.
Oh, it's good to be on, man. I've been waiting. I've been listening to your stuff for a long time, man. I'm really excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you, man. That is really kind of you to say. I'm not going to lie to you. Like I'm kind of a recent convert to you, as probably as recent you are to me. In the past kind of 6 months or so, and I've had a great time going through No Coast. No Coast is one of those kind of hidden niches of battle rap that has some great content on it.
Yeah, definitely. It's very, very niche, very alternative style, a little bit alternative style to other leagues maybe in the US.
Yeah. And I mean, what is it? How high does it rank for you? Because I mean, obviously going outside of like West Coast, East Coast sort of thing, you have like, Minneapolis, New Orleans to a certain extent. Is your area like a kind of eye battle? Is it kind of one of these kind of like hidden gems?
Yeah, I would say we kind of put ourselves along that eye battle, beast mode type. One of those.
KOTR?
Yeah, KOTR is a perfect example. I think we have basically the same amount of subscribers and views as them. So yeah, we're about on that same level, which is why the event seemed to make perfect sense as well.
And I mean, I should ask, to what extent you're hosting the battles as well as performing? Are you kind of like a big dog in No Coast, or?
Am I myself as a battler?
Well, I mean, like, are you like an of No Coast, or do you just battle in it?
Yeah, I am. Well, we have it's set up a little differently. We have a couple, or we have 4 different Ers basically in different states.
Oh no! What a thought!
Yeah, so like I run the Minneapolis division, but I wasn't one of the original people who started the league, so I would never consider myself like the of No Coast. I came on a little bit later. But as of right now,
you're the Danny Jack. I mean, that's maybe an insult, but yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I run one of our divisions. So yeah, and battle as well.
And it's fair to say, outside of battling, I mean, you know, I've just been listening to a lot of your stuff, watching a lot of your battles, and since 2003, you've been, you know, since college, you were doing this sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, you did your research, man.
Yeah,
that's exactly
I've been on your webpage. I've clicked on the About Me tab. That's where we go on this show, man. We dig in this stuff. But it's great. No, of course, man. It's great to have you on. Like, seriously, it's great to have someone of such repute, of such a interesting league, like I say, of no-coast. I think the KOTR comparisons are, you know, apt. And I mean, talking of this event then, like, you know, obviously it is to a certain extent KOTR versus no-coast, but it's also got a kind of just international flavour altogether.
Yeah, I guess it kind of started as KOTR versus no coast. Because that was our idea, was kind of to, you know, get the buzz going by some forum antics, because King of the Ronalds, if you don't know, is pretty infamous forum on Facebook there for antics and beef and drama. So we figured we could get it going a little bit. But it just kind of evolved into more of just an international event as opposed to straight up no coast versus King of the Ronalds.
And you know, talking about kind of the organisation, it's hard to organise an event in bloody just the city you live in with your mates. Like, organising it across networks and countries is crazy, man.
It is very crazy. It's probably part of the reason we started working on it so long ago. I mean, we started working on this like probably 5 or 6 months ago. So that's a long time to. We gave ourselves enough time to kind of work through it.
And, you know, before we get into the battles and breaking it down, Kinell, I should ask, like, no coast, your awareness of them before the event, were they something you were familiar with, or?
To be honest, I haven't been in on this from the start. So when the No Coast lads first started popping up in the KOTR forums, I started checking out a few battles and going back, and they got some incredible ones. Like, I mean, they've had big things, like, you know, lots of people like Thesaurus, Nestle, you know, huge battles on there. But as I went through it, I kind of developed more of a familiarity with some of the regulars, like, and, you know, you sort of find an affinity for the league through the people who were there, like, event in, event out.
Yeah, entirely, yeah.
So yeah, flipping before I was actually asked to do the battle, like, I was pretty much a No Coast fan at that point.
Yeah, no,
so,
no, and like I say, yeah, I mean, it is a great league, and we're gonna. What I'm looking forward to in this event preview is, you know, I'll be honest with you, a lot of these battles I'm not going to know, especially on day 2. I mean, you know, but that's why I've got you guys here, Tyler especially, and, you know, it'd be the same if Tyler, if we asked you to go through the Words of Weapons roster. It's just kind of like, it's just a niche league in kind of a small part of the country, you know, whatever. So we'll start off. Is it right to say the first battle on day 1 is Chilla versus Bill Blaze?
Yes.
Okay. I know nothing of these two, so please sketch them out for me.
Okay, well, Bill Blaze, he lives in Massachusetts, right outside of Boston. He runs the CM battles, it's called. And he was doing a lot of tournaments and things like that, and that's kind of how I met him. And he just kind of built a relationship with us. So he's coming out to battle Chilla, who is from Minnesota. He's one of my sort of newcomers, I guess. He's had 2 battles so far. This will be his 3rd.
Was he the guy who had Portal last?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a good battle.
Yeah, it is. Chilla is I don't know how to what do you think of what would you describe his style, Kinell? He's kind of, I don't know, it's different.
Well, he's not a real Chilla. He's definitely
just to clarify, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the whole event's alternative, but not quite that alternative.
Yeah, but, he's not gonna be. He's not gonna have a ton of punchlines. He has some schemes, and he likes to rap a little bit, but he's still kind of getting his feet wet, just like Bill Blaze is. So it's a nice kind of almost like a newcomer battle. They both have had about the same amount of experience. So we're just trying to see if one of them's going to take the next step, or if both of them are, or what's going to happen. that's kind of why we set this one up.
Okay, yeah. I mean, again, like I say, I can't. I literally don't know who these guys are, so it's kind of like any opinion I have is null and void. So I'm just gonna move on. Thank you. And again, I have to kind of concede, but this one's slightly more interesting. I know a bit more geographical information on this next battle. Trim Forte, is that how you pronounce it? Trim Forte, Tyler?
Yes.
Okay. Trim Forte from Illinois is going against Doot and Doot, who is Norwegian.
Yeah,
good battle.
First international one we'll talk about.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, Doot and Doot is this kind of a Henry Bowers protege? What? Who is this guy? I don't know this guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
His battle's he's battled Hulk. He's been over and battled for KOTR before, and he's recently had his battle with Bar dropped. I think that just dropped on Saturday, so check that one out. Probably with the many Tony D battles at the minute, like these things have been slipping under the radar, but Bar versus Doot and Doot, a very good battle. Recommend that. I'd say he's kind of like there's a bit of nils and skills about him, but I don't know if that's just me thinking that all Scandinavian people rap like that.
No, I heard that and see that too.
And Trim, what's Trim like?
Trim Forte is he's very funny, very charismatic type guy. A lot of battles under his belt. He's battled kind of everyone. He's battled, like Loose Cypher, you're probably familiar with. He had a great battle on No Coast versus Loose Cypher. Just had a great battle against one of our female rappers, Mudslinger. That was a very good battle as well.
Yeah, that's such a good battle. I really enjoyed that one. Like, I'm a big Mudslinger fan. Like, but I thought he had a bit about him in it. Like,
yeah. Trim Forte, yeah, he's we actually have a ranking system. He's one of our top 10 rappers out of about 50 rappers that we rank. So he's got a fairly good profile in No Coast. It was kind of a last minute addition to the card because originally he wasn't going to be able to make it. We were just trying to find Doot and do an opponent, and people kept falling through. And eventually Trim was able to make the event, so we set that up. It's about as style clashy as you can get.
And Tyler, I just want to ask you then, because it's interesting you mentioned the ranking system. I wasn't aware of that, and one of the things that confused me when I was looking at the lineups was that loads of battlers, as you say, have numbers next to their names. So, for example, we have number 4 Breakneck versus Bowski on the thing, and number 12 whatever, in no discernible factorial order. So, I mean, how does that work? A ranking system, an active ranking system in a battle league. That's very cool. I mean, I've just found out about this. That excites me.
Yeah, I mean, we tried to take the idea that in America, like college sports especially, they use a ranking system, and that's how you pretty much identify teams. So we decided to try to do that for battle rap because it was kind of an in-between, not to bring judging all the way back. We don't want to make everyone have every battle judge like King of the Ronalds does. But we wanted to make bring some type of competitive edge back to it. So we decided to do this ranking system, and it does start a lot of debate, and it's pretty good for like matching people up and stuff like that. It gives people a little motivation if they're not ranked as high as they think they should. It was voted on by a panel of people. We had about 30 people vote. And that's how we made those rankings.
Wow, it's crazy. And how often do the rankings change?
About every 2 months.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's very cool. So we'll move on, and in this battle is a ranked battler, and we're finally getting to battlers that I know. 2 battlers that I know: Zain Azrai versus one of my favorite new guys that I found, Boneman. Yeah, Boneman is awesome. I need to urge everyone to go watch Boneman. He wears a mask, Kinell, and that adds an element, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, he's such a great character as Boneman. Like, I think I mentioned him to you the first time.
I think you did. I think it's where I think you introduced me to him. So thank you.
Yeah, first time I saw him, I didn't get him at all. Like, I thought he was just doing like some like really dodgy horrorcore.
Yeah.
But then I found out a bit more about him because he does all these circus events and all this kind of thing, doesn't he? So yeah, there's this weird kind of like macabre sort of ringleader character to him. But it's going to be a really interesting match with Zain. Like,
and
I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, Tyler, Zain Azrai, explosive personality in battling, right?
Oh my gosh, he is. Talk about an infamous character in battle rap. Holy cow.
Yeah.
We're just excited beyond belief to have him on the card. We've been talking about getting him on the No Coast card forever. So it's going to be great. He's insane in a good way.
And I should just ask from
I think in every way.
Yeah. And does he battle often now? I'm not really aware of his current activity.
He's just he did have a battle booked for last month that didn't happen for whatever reason. And do you know he's on ABW?
Oh yeah, he's battling Shonda Rhimes. That's right. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I love Zain, but that's a shit matchup.
Yeah. I think they both deserve better, and it's just kind of. Don't Flop needs to stop pairing its female MCs with its chauvinists. Like, it's just boring. Like, I don't know, it's not compelling. But Tyler, I should ask No Coast perspective on Boneman. I mean, how would you describe him?
He's been around since the beginning. He's kind of one of those characters that defines No Coast in a way. He's a little bit over the top, and people either absolutely love him or absolutely hate him, just like our league in general, basically. He's great. He's gotten very good at battling recently, too. Like, in the last few battles, his bars have really gotten a lot better. So Boneman is definitely one of our key guys. So he deserved this battle, and we're glad we could make it happen.
Yeah, it's a very, very good battle. And I think the most recent one I've watched was him versus Savior. That's a pretty good battle.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's a really good battle. I urge people to watch that. And move on to the next battle. This is against two ranked guys in No Coast that I don't know. This is the kind of battle before day one gets into the real huge matches that it's got going down. This is Ryan Nixon versus Rome's. Tyler, can you sketch these guys out for us?
Ryan Nixon, he's from Iowa in the Midwest, and Rome's is from Wisconsin. Now, Rome's is a guy who's been battling since Scribble Jam. He was actually in Scribble Jam in 2006 and 2007. He lost in the first round both years, but Rome's has been around forever. Very, very talented freestyle guy. He's transitioned into the written pretty well too, but very good freestyle rapper. And Ryan Nixon is kind of the best battle rapper from Iowa. So it just makes it's a matchup that I guess seems like it made sense to us because they're about rank. They're close to each other in the rankings. They're kind of have about the same level of experience, and it's another one where we want to see if one of them's going to separate from the other. You know, like move themselves up or down, or what's going to happen. So we're trying to create a clear understanding of who's going to be the top guys, who's going to kind of fall to the middle or whatever, you know.
And Kinell, do you have any familiarity with these guys?
Not so much. Like I don't really know the history. I enjoy watching them, like, but you've already had the detailed breakdown.
That's true. Yeah, I shouldn't ask the guy. I shouldn't ask King of the Realms guy.
I've battled both of them. I've battled both of them.
Oh,
so personally, I just battled Rome's about 4 or 5 months ago.
Did you beat both of them? Did you? What was the result?
Ryan Nixon actually is one of my losses for sure. He beat me. That was about 3 years ago. He beat me. I kind of choked in my third round. But the Rome's battle a few months ago was very good. I don't know if you saw the Loose Cypher versus Reverse Live battle that we did.
I didn't see that one, no.
Okay, well, it was at the same event as that anyway. But yeah, me and Rome's had a great battle. So I think I edged that. Most people think I edged that battle, but either way, these guys are going to put on a show. Definitely be a good one.
Yeah, no, I'm excited, especially because Rome is from such esteemed history as a Scribble Jam. That's crazy. So we move on to a battle that I'm so excited to see. Someone that I've had on the show, current KOTR champion, incredible battler Mackenzie, going against Jay Walker. Kinell, Jay Walker, Mackenzie. Does that make sense? I don't know who Jay Walker is. Is that a solid matchup for the KOTR champ?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a lively one. This all
right.
Yeah, originally it was going to be like Jay Walker versus a bin in a mirror match. Jay Walker trash, obviously. he isn't really. That's like some boring bullshit. But yeah, this is very good. Like Jay Walker's style's very direct, very multi-heavy. He's entertaining with it, which I feel is a really good matchup for Mackenzie. But I am a bit worried about like how well Mackenzie's like accent's going to translate in this one. I'd say he's got the most impenetrable accent out of all of us, but he knows that, and he's going to be. Hopefully, he's going to be ready for it. But yeah, this one's going to be fucking lively.
Jay Walker, Breakneck, like, who is this guy? Like, is he? Okay, first of all, I'll ask you, Breakneck. Mackenzie, like, you've seen his battles, right? You know how big of a threat this guy is to anyone he battles.
Oh yeah, like, and I agree with Kinell about the accent, and I've talked to Mackenzie, but we all know it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that accent thing goes, because he is quite hard to understand. Even for me, and I watch a shit ton of British, or UK battle rap, like a lot, and he gets hard for me to understand at times too. So, but I think as long as he just, he'll figure it out, basically. He'll do all right. Jay Walker, I'm not gonna lie, we booked this battle basically based on momentum at the time. Like Mackenzie was the top guy kind of at the time in King of the Ronalds, like he still is. And Jay Walker was kind of our like buzz guy at the moment. So that's basically why we booked this. It's a style clash. Like stylistically, it doesn't really, like, I don't know, it doesn't really make sense technically, but it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, for me, it's just, it has Mackenzie in it. Like, I am a Mackenzie fan, and I can't wait to see him on an international stage like this. The guy's acceleration in his career path has been ridiculous, and this is just another notch, and this is going to be crazy. So, Breakneck, we'll get into your battle. You're currently ranked 4th, I should mention as well in the rankings. You're facing Bowski. When were you first? Have you been aware of Bowski for a while before this battle?
Oh yeah. Probably, I can't remember which battle it was that I first saw him in, but it was a don't flop battle, at least probably like 2013 maybe, something like that.
Right. And, is this exciting for you to face off? You say you've watched so many videos of, like, don't flop and stuff like that. Are you a big fan of the league? Are you a big fan of British battle rap in general?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of both leagues. I mean, all the leagues, really. I've actually got into, Gift of the Gab a lot lately.
Yeah,
too.
Man.
Love them. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I just want to shout out Tony D versus Temple Surfer Kid. It just came out today, actually. It's fucking insanely good battle. Everyone should watch that battle.
I saw that dropped. I'm going to watch that for sure.
Tony has a bar about fucking goat on the wall. I'm not going to give away the punchline, but the punchline is just... It's one of the most creative things I've heard all year, Breakneck, I'll be honest with you, and I urge people to check out that battle. But, you versus Bowski, I know both your styles, this will be fun. Bowski, his personality is everything, right? And he can win on that alone, and he does have the writing behind him. He does have the, he's been battling for so long now. You have as well, but this should be an interesting match.
Yeah,
well, sorry, go first.
Oh, no, I mean, we've both been battling probably about the same amount of time, but he's got so many like, I haven't watched all of his stuff. He's got like 40, 50 battles, something like that. So he definitely has more work than me, but yeah, he better do better than he did against Omar, even though he won that battle. But he better have better material than that and be better prepared, because I don't slip, I don't choke. I don't do any of that stuff. Like I come with my rounds completely perfect every time, and that's exactly how it's going to be. So I just hope to God that he's prepared and he's focused, because it could be a classic if he is, in my opinion.
And, you know, we're, are we about a month? When's the event? Sorry, the event is the 11th, right? Oh, no, it's the 6th of November.
It's the 4th and 5th.
The 4th and 5th, sorry. Yeah, the 4th and 5th of November. So, you know, a month and a little bit away. Have you got all your stuff locked down?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Damn.
Yep.
Wow.
Kinell, what do you think about that battle?
Yeah, I think you're completely fucked, lad. I think you're going to get fucking in the crowd vote. You're going to get like 12 people cheering. It's all going to be local rappers that need a gig. I was having a good chat with Bowski about it on our romantic getaway in Copenhagen, and yeah. When Bowski turns up, he turns up, and he doesn't always, but he's got his sights set on this. Like, I mean, I'm really pissed off his battle at the weekend didn't happen, because he had some awesome material for that, and I think he's on it. He's like totally focused on this, like, and yeah, I think this is going to be about as good a Bowski as you could possibly expect to see. Well, as I said, how well it translates to the US audience, we don't know yet, but yeah, you completely fucked, lad.
I think Bowski will translate well. I think Bowski will do well with the audience there. He'll do well. He's going to be funny. He's going to be charismatic. It's going to be a great battle, definitely.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. That's a very hard one to predict, especially with you live on the air right now. But yeah, that is interesting. So we get on to the next battle. This is the kind of undercard to the main headliner, Micky Worthless, who, you know, it's not pious to say is one of the hottest names in battle rap right now, thanks to a fantastic showing on World Domination 6. You know, genuinely, he beat Alias, the Atict, however you pronounce that stupid spelling of that. But yeah, he's on this. It's great to see him traveling. And the Vesh, who is the Vesh, Tyler?
The Vesh is a guy who's been around forever as well. That's another guy who was in Scribble Jam. Another guy who battled in Grind Time, all the way from the start of Grind Time to now. He's been battling. So he's another guy that's put in a ton of work. He's hilarious. He's a stand-up comedian, like a professional stand-up comedian. 4 to 5 days a week, every week. Like, that's his job. So he's in the Midwest here. He's pretty serious. He's funny. Very, very funny.
Yeah, very talented guy, like, from what I've seen of him, like. I quite enjoyed his battle with Mosh Gelton recently.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Didn't he say your man's bumhole looks like a Funyun?
And that's something, you know, Micky Worthless, that's his vocab, right? That's the kind of things that he deals with. I think light wispy hairs, Rice Krispie squares, he said, against Archaic, so, you know, he's well versed in that as well. This is I mean, Micky's hot property, and it's exciting to see him on No Coast, right?
Yeah, definitely. Well, you know what Micky told me, actually, is like he wants an opponent who, he's like, I want an opponent who I can say anything to and won't offend him. And that's what the Vesh is. That's a perfect description of the Vesh. You can say anything to him and he'll say anything to you. It's not going to be offensive. It's just going to be a funny, you know, battle rap, very funny battle. And yes, we're super excited to have Micky Worthless.
Yeah, this is going to be a great one. And we get on to the battle of the day, which is, you know...
Should add at this point, I'm battling Micky Worthless next week.
You are?
Yeah, I'm battling him next week. In Nottingham on next Sunday. Like a daytime event called Hockley Hustle. Flash Money are doing a bit of a thing there, so we're going to have all the local grime lads and hip-hop lads on. And it was originally supposed to be Micky Worthless versus Spit Semis from Jump Off. Yeah. And I was supposed to be battling Hulk. Hopefully that can be rescheduled. But Hulk couldn't make it. Spit Semis dropped out, as he seems to do a lot. So I'll be battling Micky next Sunday in Nottingham, if anyone wants to get down there. Hockley Hustle. October 9th for...
Yeah.
To put it into context.
yeah, no, to timestamp it.
Do you ever stop battling? Do you ever stop battling?
No. If I have a week off, I just end up freestyle battling the cats and that, and they get annoyed with it. You know, I'm walking to the shop and I start shouting at people in the streets and that. If I haven't got an opponent to focus on, someone's having it. I'm just like this all the time, even when I'm not battling.
It's good to see you focused, man. It genuinely is. Like your verse tracker page is astonishing. I'll say that. That is a testament to your work rate. And we get onto the top battle, which, I mean, it's not gauche of me to say, Tyler, that Reverse Live versus Real Deal, that could headline the bunker.
Yep, definitely. Definitely.
You know,
very, very big battle for No Coast. I mean, of course, it wouldn't be like changing. It wouldn't be like an earth-shattering announcement for King of the Dot to make, but for us to make that announcement, it's a good battle for our fans. We're very excited.
Incredibly good battle, and it reminds me slightly of I think iBattle did Saurus versus Nestle, and that was a fucking insanely good battle, and that really sort of translated and brought in so many fans that just were looking for Saurus battles and such, and Nestle, whatever. So Real Deal and Reverse Life both come with gigantic fan bases, and both of them going against each other as well. It's kind of, I mean, one's more angle based, one's more kind of the flow and the attack, but both of them are still in their prime. They're still really battling well.
Definitely, both guys who came up on parallel paths as well. Through the same scenes and events. You saw both of them on a lot of the same events, and they just never, for one reason or the other, never ended up battling. So it's time to do it.
And
see what happens.
Yeah, and Kinell, who wins this in your opinion?
Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling Reverse Live. I think it could go either way. Let's be honest, but I think Reverse Live, he's been doing a lot lately, and he's been particularly good in his no-co showings. There's some rappers that'll turn up on a league that maybe isn't as recognised as like your King of the Dots or your URLs or whatsoever, and maybe not give it full pelt, but Reverse Live always properly puts a show on for No Coast. And he's done a lot with the league. Like I think, he's the closest thing to a flipping home side in this match. I think if he can get that momentum behind him, be very tough for even someone like the likes of Real Deal to stand up against.
Yeah. And it's worth saying Real Deal has been against some of the biggest names, in the history of battle rap. He's stood in front of incredible opponents. He's used to this sort of pressure, so it's going to be an interesting clash. But we'll push on to day two, because it's great. This is a 2-day event, and the majority of day two is again names that I'm not too familiar with. So Breakneck, AC Vader versus, is it Wojeck?
Wojeck.
Yeah. And Wojeck from Georgia.
Yep, and we could just go quickly through these because honestly, these are mostly trial battles. AC Vader, a guy from Minneapolis who just recently had his first battle a couple weeks ago, did pretty well. He's going against Wojeck, who is from Atlanta, or he's from Georgia, so he's going to be flying up there. He's a guy who's also involved with the CM battles. So he's battled once for us. We're really excited to see what both these guys do. To add on, it's going to be a dope card for day two. A lot of local people too, so that's going to be a good one. And
Kinell, you mentioned Portal before, and he is battling Malevolent Smith. Portal, decent battler.
I rate him I haven't watched a Malevolent Smith battles yet, but I've got to say I love his name.
Yeah.
It's well good, like Cantankerous Steve or something.
Yeah.
Diabolical Nigel. I like the juxtaposition of it.
No, I agree. And Portal, what is there anyone you could compare Portal to in the UK scene?
Not really.
Wow.
A lot of these guys, there's a big style difference between the scenes.
I know what you mean. Yeah. The no coasters.
kind of horror, like a little bit horrorcore, right? Sort of. I guess I would say a little bit.
Yeah. I'd say I love all that horrorcore shit. Like, I don't think there's enough of it. Like, and fucking.
That's what Malevolent Smith is too. So I think they're both. This is a one where the styles do mesh very well. I think they're both kind of on that horrorcore tip.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be loving this one. Like,
but I mean, Kinell, will you be watching this one live? Because you are the headline battle versus Billy Shakes. Are you one to watch all the battles before you go on stage, or are you backstage rehearsing?
Oh god, yeah, I watch everything. Like,
all right.
But even if I'm the next battle up, I'll be watching. Like, I'll try and like go through stuff in my head. But I just love watching battles live.
Yeah.
Even really bad ones. In fact, sometimes especially really bad ones. I do like to watch a nice diabolical tryout just before I do my thing.
And Billy Shakes, Kinell, I've got to be honest with you, I've never heard of this guy. Who is this guy?
He's a Canadian dude. He does a fair bit with GZ battles.
Right.
He had a battle on Don't Flop USA drop recently.
Okay.
Yeah, he was good. It's not the best battle because his opponent was a bit shit, but Billy Shakes was good in it. Like, he's battled Boneman on No Coast. That's a cracker. But like Boneman like buys him like a shot halfway through the round, and it turns out fucking Billy Shakes is allergic to gin or some shit, but it wasn't gin, and there was no allergic reactions triggered. Like, but it's just quite a surreal moment. But yeah, he's an interesting guy, man. I'm looking forward to battling him, and I've been thinking about this one for a while, like, and I think I know how I'm going to approach it, and I think I know how I can get my style over to an unfamiliar audience.
Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, you aren't exactly the most esoteric battler. Like, you do just write universally great punchlines that people can vibe with, but nonetheless, you're on a different continent. Are you attempting to adjust, or?
I'm attempting to sort of work with the fact that I use a lot of words like, sort of bell end and stuff that might not be so familiar, but rather than rule them out, I'm going to try and incorporate. It's going to be an educational experience for everyone involved, I feel.
Excellent. And I mean, to wrap it up then, Breakneck, how do you feel about this matchup? This is a pretty cool thing to have on the second day.
Oh man, this is going to be, I don't even know how to describe either of these guys to people. Like, this is going to be just a wild, insane matchup. I'm expecting some shocking bars, probably.
Right.
Maybe even an antic. I don't know for sure if either of them are, but I wouldn't doubt if one of these two guys has an antic of some sort. So anything could happen in this one. Anything.
Yeah, this is really, really exciting to get through to, and I can't wait to watch this one. And there's going to be pay-per-view, is there, Tyler?
We're going to do the 1 day. We always do a 1 day delay pay-per-view, yeah, for only $10 American. So what is that, like £7 or something like that?
Yeah, so I'll check that right now on xe.com, but I believe it's roughly around that, yeah. And that is a bargain, because is that every battle?
Yeah, what is it, 14 battles or whatever it is? Yeah, 14 battles.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And there's pre-order available now, like, so if you want to help us fund this thing, instead of fannying about with an Indiegogo, just purchase yourself some pay-per-view.
And it's £7.70 for 14 battles, which, I mean, I don't even know what that works out to. Absolutely crazy. I can't wait to watch all these battles. And guys, I really appreciate you coming on. I can't wait to see both of you battle as well. This is a really exciting event to even talk about.
I agree. This is going to be... I don't think anything like this has ever been done, so who knows what could happen.
Yeah, man. Just thanks for having us and letting us, tell people about this card, and, appreciate everything you do for Battle Rap, man. I really enjoy the long form stuff because I'm a nerd. So thank you, man. That I always get comments from people that are like, 3 hours, 2 hours. What? It's like, bro, like,
I was raised on podcasts, long form content. Like, I love that shit. Like, TV shows are so shit, like chat shows, because it's just like 7 minutes and, you know, nothing. It's just like, you need to go deep. And I think especially, like you say, battling. So I appreciate your kind words. And both of you, you know, Kinell and Breakneck, obviously check out all you guys' battles as well. If you aren't familiar, and check out anyone that we spoke about that maybe you haven't listened to. I know there's a ton of people that I'm going to make a little playlist for to binge watch later in the week. So thanks so much, guys. And, you know, I can't wait to watch the event.
All right, man. Thank you. Remember nocoastraps.com for that pay-per-view.
Yep, definitely. Follow No Coast on Twitter, on Facebook, all that good stuff. Follow the guys too. Kinell, again, thank you as well, man.
Hey, no worries. Always a pleasure.